Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Look at that. Let me flex on you. My $12 shirt from Walmart. Amazing. Right at the PlayStation stack. I got some PlayStation stuff, let me tell you. But that's for another video. Right now, we're going to talk about the $65 price curse and how to break it. Guys, as I was talking to you regarding, homebrew and marketing and everything else, I wanted to get some key concepts down for you that'll help you develop a better business plan, right? So what I want to give you here is sort of skeleton key, if you will, that you can follow so you can reach higher success. That $65 price point is killing you, right? It's killing you because, if you're going to sell 100, 200 games, you're basically paying retail for anything that you buy. It doesn't matter if you're paying for the paper, for the box. If you're just buying 200, you're basically paying retail. Your discount is very low. You need a higher profit margin, right? And that's why people sell at $65 so they can make a little bit of profit, keep some money. But what is the real problem? They fail to see, the potential of what they could be making if you have a good game. Now, guys, please, everything rides on you having a good game, right? And having a good game is not subjective. A Kickstarter is a great way to separate the weed from the shaft, if you will. If the people are not willing to back you, you don't have a good game. You don't have a good concept, right? And hopefully you will finish a good game. And hopefully you do have a good sample. You gotta have that sample, guys. It all starts with that. And if you do that, you can have a successful, crowdfunding campaign. You can't just show pictures. You can't make promises. You can't do the Tommy Tallarico. You actually have to show some gameplay, some good gameplay at that, right, of whatever your concept is. So let's say you do have, right, a good game, and you want to break away from that curse of that $65 price curse, because that really is killing a lot of the homebrews. Get away from the small run. You have to view Kickstarter or whatever crowdfunding site you decide to use as a gauge. Right? First, it's really a tool. It'll tell you if you have a successful game in your hands, if you have a successful concept, number one. Number two, what it will do is you'll use it as a tool to lower your costs, right? Because now, with this in hand, instead of buying, let's say you buy 200 cartridges for around $4,400, now maybe you can get 1,000 cartridges. Yeah, you're spending, instead of $4,400, $5,000, you're spending $15,000, but your crowdfunding covers that. So what you're going to eat from there is gravy, right? And then we're going to do the things that I showed you last time. You are going to have those digital products in your Kickstarter, right? You're going to have all those things, and you're going to do good marketing and promotion, guys. What I see a lot of times is people have a great game and fail to promote it properly. Usually because people, they have another job, this is their side project or whatever. But I want you to make money, right? I want you to make money. I want you to charge people a fair price for a great game. And, suppliers are going to be your bread and butter. If you get a good supplier that gives you a good price on whatever it is that you're trying to sell out there, whether it's cartridges for the Game Boy or the NES, Super Nintendo, whatever. I mean, you can go to places right now on the internet and literally just start PCB Way. You could go to PCB Way, and let's just give some examples here, and you can literally just start typing in stuff, and you'll see the price break between if you order 200 and if you order whatever it is, right? The prices will go down as your order increases, right? And this is just one. There's other places, right? Just like this. But what you can do, right? What you can do besides doing this, you can also go direct, right? This is something that a lot of people don't do. This is a website that I just found. I just said, homebrew games retail. J2 Games. I don't know if they produce a game or not. If they do it themselves, that's not really the issue. The issue is that you need to find a way to promote your games in other places, not just Kickstarter, not just YouTube. It needs to be everywhere, right? And that's where influencers come in, right? If you have a good game, they will promote the game. Say, look at all the crap they promote now. It's not even good, right? But, you know, once you start doing that, then you also have to give your customer financing options. Let's say that you have, you know, I don't know, let's say you have 3 special editions out there. You did your Kickstarter and you have all these different things. Maybe it's your second game, maybe it's your third game. Maybe they want to buy the package. Maybe they want this game, and maybe they want to try out that $65 game that you have laying around there. Give them options, right? Because maybe a customer's not willing to fork, you know, say $130 in one shot for 2 games, right? But maybe they are willing to buy 4 games if they're paying $30 a month for a little while. That happens all the time. Look at what Atari's doing with their products. Their products have, what do they call it? Is it Karma or Klarma or whatever they use? I don't know. Affirm, whatever the hell it is. They have financing options there. And what do they also have? They have that magic price point, which is $39.95. That's what you need to be hitting, right? That's what you need to be hitting, because your profit is going to be a lot more, way more, if you're selling games at $39.95 times 1,000. Right? If you do that, and then you multiply that, and you multiply that with all your digital downloads, right? With the combo package, if you want to do the combo package of digital downloads and, you know, your physical media, or if you just want to give it away all at once and maybe charge $44.95, and you have to hit retail. This is an opportunity that you guys are just not even accessing, right? And this is direct marketing that can work. And let me tell you how it works and how it works in other retail places, right? And they've done this for years. Employees, you know, they work at these retail stores. They get paid, you know, entry level, you know, they're entry level jobs. They get paid by the hour, but especially in these retro shops where they sell retro games. Imagine if you tell an employee there that's making, I don't know, $18 an hour, that if he sells one of your games, he gets $5 a piece, right? You're just eating gravy. Remember, the Kickstarter already paid for everything. Your costs are done. This is just gravy. If you're making $34.95 for every cartridge now, what do you care, right? Maybe you got a great price. Maybe you got more than 1,000 carts. But that's the way you have to think about things. Like you have to take it serious, right? If you want to start a business, and this is not my business, guys. I'm in another completely different business, but business principles are all the same. And when it comes to business, and if you believe in your project, guys, you have to be obsessed. You have to be obsessed, and you have to be willing to learn things and do things in a different way, right? What failure teaches you is that it's not working the way you're doing it. You need to find another way. Do it the way that people, you know, are making money. Use a strategy where you put, right? And I'll give you a perfect example. It happens all the time. You put these games in consignment on the store, so the store has zero risk. And you tell them for every game that your employee sells, they get $5. Can you imagine how much more these retro game stores would sell if everybody was on commission? It would be insane. But you can do it with your game. Nobody's telling you not to do it. And what's the incentive to the employee? They're making $18 an hour, right? If they sell one an hour, now they're making 23. It's all of a sudden it's a much better job. And you can even say, I'll give you $5 bill, whatever promotion you want to do, right? And you can hit a couple of shops this way. Again, it's a combination of all these things, right? Of having the insight, of having the drive behind your game because you're passionate about what you're doing. But the drive behind everything, guys, is lowering cost. If you can't lower cost, you're not making any money whatsoever. And you need to lower those costs by any means necessary, right? You can plan into the future. Let's say that you have a Kickstarter and it goes rather well. Well, invest in the next batch of games. So instead of ordering the 1,000, order 3,000 because you already know that you're gonna do another run, that you're gonna do another Kickstarter because you have another great game down the line, right? So you use the money as a tool from the Kickstarter to fund your next project. Now, your next project has already partially been paid for, so you're eating more gravy, and it's just rinse and repeat. And if these stores are getting good products from you that they can actually display, right, that people can play, that people can show, guys, it's the only thing you can do is make money, right? The only thing you can do is make money. What are you going to do? Lose more money? You're already losing money. It's not working. Embrace the future, guys. Let me tell you, the businesses can vary, the situations can vary, but the principles never change. The principles in business never change. You can, push a bunch of variables here. The game is this. I live in this city, whatever. Guys, you can't control a lot of things, but the one thing you can control is how much effort you put into your work. When you love what you do, right? Look, the reason I'm making videos, for example, I'm working 66 hours a week, but you know what? I love my job. I love what I do, right? So to me, even though I'm tired, don't get me wrong, I'm tired, but I love what I do, right? So I put my passion to it. Good thing they pay me well, right? But it's what I like to do. And if making good video games is what you like to do, give yourself that opportunity, that chance, right? If you have that talent, there's nothing wrong with making money for something good. There's a lot of idiots out there, right? They're making just crappy products in retro that are making all kinds of money. Fake Nintendo books, for example, right? About many other things. I hate the Nintendo 64, and they still crowdfund a book that they hate, right? So if an idiot like that can make money, you, who have much more talent to make video games, you can make a lot more money. Just believe in yourself and trust good business principles. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. I got another video to make here for tomorrow. We're going to talk about the PlayStation. And another Mod Retro video, guys. It's coming. I'll be right with you, baby. I'll be right with you. All right, humans, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell and never miss another video of the Gen X Gamer. Take care.